Hello, wonderful people. I am Randy Cryle, and this is my new Finishers Award for the 31st annual Germantown 50K that I ran last Saturday in my new pair of Xero Mesa Trail 2s, which you may know is their lightest weight trail shoe. And I guess I really have one word for the Mesa II by Xero, and that would be perfection. Perfection. The shoe is just exactly what I needed for my purposes. At the race this past Saturday, we had the most perfect weather we could have hoped for. It was upper 50s to lower 70s, sunny. When it got warmer in the afternoon, the breeze picked up. So it was just all day long, beautiful weather, dry trails, 31 miles almost exactly, with, on my watch, a Coros. I had over 3,200 feet of climbing. So reasonably technical course, beautiful, large, hilly, wooded area, just spectacular. But anyways, I could have easily run the course in my Xero Z trails or whatever minimalist sandal I had chosen. Conditions would have been nice for that. But one of the reasons I purchased this pair of Xero Mesa 2s was as a likely shoe for my first JFK 50 miler. Their 63rd annual iconic JFK race is November 22nd this year, and I am finally going to be there. My wife and I are both running it. We'll know quite a few people there also running it or volunteering, so pretty excited about it. It's going to probably be cooler that day. I think roughly 14 miles or so early in the course is Appalachian Trail Ridgeline, very technical trail. So it'll be cooler and rough, so I probably will not want to be in sandals. I guess as I get into my 60s, I'm maybe softening up a little bit. I'm a little bit more likely now that Xero has more options to pick a minimalist shoe rather than a sandal. And it's been working out really well. At the race this past Saturday, I'd say I finished at least 35 to 45 minutes faster than I projected I'd finish. And I'd have to say that having my toes covered and just feeling a little bit more secure, having a little bit more of a snug fit for my footwear, maybe boosts my confidence and helps me go just a little bit faster. I don't know, it could just be a false perception, but I think that's what's happening. I wear a thin pair of socks with these, and as usual with the Mesa Trail 2, wide toe box, really nice grippy outsole, 5,000 mile outsole warranty, vegan-friendly shoe, removable insole to make them even more minimalist or for cleaning. Obviously never any drop from heel to toe, zero drop, and never any arch support. A truly minimalist shoe, as are all Xero products. All have that 5,000 mile outsole warranty. And the size, I believe, fits true. With the Mesa Trail, I believe my first two pair were wear tester shoes that I got from Xero Shoes. And the first one, the first model that came out was running small, and the shoe was really too tight for my feet, so I really just used it mostly for shorter runs and didn't get to truly test that shoe out. So I don't know, maybe 2 years later, when they took all the feedback from the initial release of the Mesa and came out with the Mesa II, they got the sizing fixed. However, when I got my wear tester pair, I overcompensated and went a half size up to a 13, which ended up being almost clownishly too large. And so finally, third time's a charm. I got the exact right fit. And for what that means to me is in Xero sandals, I'm always a size 12. My feet measure an actual 11.5 inches. And so for virtually every Xero shoe or boot, generally a 12.5 is the perfect fit. So for me, I consider that true to size. Side note for the Germantown 50K, I had great trail feel with the Mesa 2s. I ran with the insoles in, and sometimes you could feel the sharper rocks and roots, but generally I would say the feedback from the trail was the perfect amount. And at any ultra, especially a trail race, one of my top goals is not to finish fast, but to finish happy and healthy. And as part of that, a top goal is to not fall down a single time. And wearing the Mesa 2s, my feet felt great. I felt confident, and I did not have a single serious stumble and no falls. So highly recommend this shoe. If you don't have the Mesa 2s yet, I would say get you a pair. I have been an avid top fan of the Xero Scrambler Lows as probably the best trail running shoe on the planet. And I still think that way, especially for a challenging 100-mile course. It's all relative to your comfort and skill set in ultra running or trail running. I can easily see running a more modest 100-mile course in the Mesa 2s. And I will be at the long haul 100 miler January 17th and 18th. So even for there, this might end up being my shoe if I decide not to run it in sandals like I did last time. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have a topic you'd like me to cover. And until next time, peace.